Happy freaking Saturday, everybody, from coast to coast. Whether you're on the east side of the Rockies or the west side of the Rockies, we're live, baby. It's Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Excuse me, 1:33. I'm late. I'm late. It's okay. Sometimes I get a little bit behind, and that's what happens. You know, I get a little bit behind, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, we've lost the entire war because I was 3 minutes late. Anyways, guys, I'm excited because it's Saturday, but also because I received a package today from the one and only Pocket Razors. Shout out to Pocket Razors. Now, he didn't tell me what was in this package, and it's hard to trust because he's of the raisin-loving variety. But we're an accepting people here. I believe that there are no bad people. There's only bad decisions. And sometimes you go down a path in life that leads you to raisins. I'm just kidding, of course. What's up, everybody? Shout out to the people in the chat nice and early. We got Mark Parks in the house. How's it going, Mark? Thanks for being a channel member. Days D, another channel member. Neil McKenzie, welcome in. Good to see you, of course. Shout out to Pocket Razors. We're going to get to your package in a second. I have a feeling that it might be filled with cookies. I just hope that they're not all oatmeal raisin. I'm guessing. Shout out to Josh. How's it going, Josh? Welcome in. LCV Blades Edge. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Thanks for being a channel member. Matt Young in the house. Welcome in, Matt. Good to see you as well. Kevin C., thanks for being a channel member. All right. Sterling Stute says, howdy, y'all. How's it going, Sterling? Good to see you, man. All right. Whitey Knives in the house, another channel member. Lone Star Towboy says, carry of the day, the Bruce Blades Enforcer Artisan Cutlery Shark. Nice. That's a great carry. We're going to get to some carries here in a second. Absolutely. Josh Branson, welcome in. He says, hey, you there. Here's all the cool kids. I try. Sometimes I don't succeed. I aim to underwhelm. It's good to see you, Josh. LCV Blades Edge says, the carry of the day is the Gerber Sedulo and the PM2 Crew Carta. Very nice. Since we're sharing them, and I have no idea if my music is too loud. It probably is. But since we're sharing our carries today, I've got a nice carry today. It's this guy, the Heretic Pariah. Big, beefy, American-made goodness. Harpoon drop point. Like, this is one of those knives that you carry in your pocket, and it's a confidence booster. People... you walk by and people say, are you happy to see me, or is that a pariah in your pocket? It's a pariah. But I am happy to see you. I'm also carrying for a backup. I've got another Heretic. It's the Heretic Manticore S. I did recently review this one. This is the smallest OTF that they make, but it's nice because it fits. I get a full 4-finger grip with medium to large size glove hands, and it fits in my fifth pocket, which makes it a perfect backup carry. Maybe I've got a piece of mail and I don't want to open it with the Pocket Destroyer 9000. Maybe I don't want to absolutely demolish my mail. Some of that mail is important. It's okay. And then, of course, for the light, I'm carrying this guy, and my review on this just dropped this morning. It's live. It's the first flashlight review I've done in months, and I'm actually very proud of it. I think that it's a well put together video, more so than many of the other flashlight reviews that I've done. I'm proud of it. If you like flashlights and you're interested in something new, this is a new model for Nightcore. It's the EDC 25. This flashlight is replacing everything in my pocket. Finally, the EDC 33 gets a break because it's been living in my pocket for months. And then they sent me this one, and I gotta say, for everyday carry purposes, it could be the one. That did not stand up on my desk. All right. Let's see. So, I teased it. I can't wait any longer. Shout out to Pocket Razors. Pocket Razors did send me a package, and we're going to go ahead and open it here live on the stream. I've got it. I got it right over here. Now, this is a big box, but it's not a heavy box. I think it might be cookies. It might be cookies. Pocket Razor says, it's all good. We'll right some wrongs together. You know what? We're going to right these wrongs. Knife unboxing. Unboxing knife is going to be the American Blade Works Model 1. And we're going to see. Is it oatmeal raisin cookies? If it's oatmeal raisin cookies, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed cookies. We've got some cookies. And these are peanut butter cookies. Oh, be still my heart. Listen, I love chocolate chip cookies, but I did recently reveal that peanut butter cookies are in fact the way of my heart. The only issue is that I've got a lot of cookies in my hand and no one to share them with. Pocket Razors, you're the man. Thank you. There's more. There's more in here though. Wait for it. We've got the blueberry cobbler cookie. All right. I'm gonna have to rename the channel the Cookie Coalition. If I made Cookie Coalition t-shirts, would anyone want one? Asking for a friend. I'd wear it. I'd definitely wear it. And then, of course, I knew it was coming. The oatmeal raisin. The Trojan horse. That's what this is. It's a Trojan horse. He's like, oh yeah, you like peanut butter? Okay. You like berry cobbler. How do you feel about oatmeal raisin? He knew that was the only way he was ever going to get an oatmeal raisin cookie on this channel. Pocket Razors, thanks for the goodies, man. This is awesome. All right, just trying to make sure. Is there anything else in here? There is. Very cool. Very cool. All right. I think that's all, but he did include some goodies here as well. So, first of all, we've got, this looks like a EDC coin, an Oregon EDC coin. Now, here's the cool thing. I actually spent the first 18, 19 years of my life in Oregon. That's where I'm from. Before I decided to move to someplace a little bit more populated. Love Oregon. Good people in Oregon. And this one is definitely a carry coin. All right, I gotta check this bad boy out. I don't have a whole lot of carry coins, but check it out. It says DSKFS, which I believe means do something nice with a K for someone, or do something knife for someone. I could be getting that all wrong. The whole DSKFS came out a little bit before I hit the YouTube scene. It says no roads, no problem. It's got some coordinates, latitude and longitude. I like it, man. The no roads, no problem coin. Pocket Razors, thank you, man. That's cool. That's really cool. All right. And then we've got the Oregon Truck and Auto Authority Department of Adventure. This is neat. Got a patch. And we got some cool stickers too. I dig it, man. That's cool. So awesome, man. So generous. Do something nice for someone. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy all of these cookies. This one will stay in mint condition. Or my wife will eat it. My wife actually loves raisins. We'll see. But thank you so much for the cookie. To celebrate, I got to get out one of these peanut butter cookies. Oh, I love peanut butter cookies. Cheers to righting wrongs together. This is where it's at. It's soft. And that's the way it should be. Cookies should be soft. I know there's a few heretics out there who believes that cookies should be hard and crunchy, but we are not one of them. All right, I'm going to put this down. Nobody wants to see me eat. Thank you. That is fantastic. That is really awesome. Do something kind for someone. I kind of like my version. Do something nice for someone. Nice with a K. Maybe we can make that change together. Kind for someone. Do something kind for someone. That makes sense. You know, there's something wrong with my brain when I immediately take a letter in a, what's it called? When I take a letter and instead of, figuring out what it should say, I'm like, yeah, just spell it with a K. Why not? Why not? All right, I got to scroll up. I know I missed some stuff in the chat, guys, so bear with me. A shout out to My Journey. Welcome in. Thanks for becoming a connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny. We appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Pocket Razors is carrying the Finch Devil's Finger, the Benchmade Griptilian, and the Death Grip Scales, the Olight Baton 3 Pro, and a random cookie. It's not that random. I know what cookie is in your pocket. It's this one, isn't it? Now we have matching cookies. But this one's going to be my EDC, my everyday cookie. Peanut butter? Definitely. Definitely. Matt Young says, I went cheap and simple today with the SOG Power Pint and the SOG Instinct. Sometimes I carry a $25, $35, $40 knife. It's great. You don't feel bad about doing dumb stuff with a budget knife. You just don't. And you get more use out of them that way. Am I going to take, my Vosteed Psyop and decide that today is the day that this becomes a flathead screwdriver? No. Would I do it with one of my budget knives? Maybe. Just saying. Does that mean that budget knives are more useful because you can be meaner to them? Maybe. What's up, Loser? Loser says, howdy, Shambo. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Days D says, chewy or crunchy? It's not a discussion. I think if it's possible, I might dislike crunchy cookies more than oatmeal raisin cookies. Like if this was a torture scenario and I was in Guantanamo Bay and they said, you're getting tortured either way, but you have your pick, oatmeal raisin or crunchy chocolate chip, I'd probably go with the oatmeal raisin. Joke's on me, that one's also crunchy. Probably. Pocket Razor says, I'll rock a Cookie Coalition t-shirt. We got to make it happen, man. The everyday cookie. What cookie are you eating every day? Figure it out. Shout out to Mike Morgan. Thanks for linking those channels. Shout out to all of the content creators out there. And we've got a few. We've got My Journey. We've got LCV Blades Edge. We got YD Knives. Kaleidoscope of Knives. There's plenty of content creators in here. Yeah, I figured that out after the fact, thanks to the kind people in the chat. I still think it should be do something nice for someone with a K. Nice. K-N-I-C-E. Why not? Why not? Don't listen to me. I'm on a sugar rush. Man. I want to eat the whole cookie right now. Matt Young says, I carried the instinct because I was pressure washing today and I didn't want my nice stuff getting wet. Yeah. You know what I'll do is if I know I'm going to like the car wash or I'm going to be doing something like going out in the rain, I'll just carry a blade and MagnaCut. I've got plenty of them now, and MagnaCut is not something that I'm worrying about rusting or anything. I don't worry about the pivots. I clean and oil my knives. Challenge accepted. Let's go to the car wash. Pocket Razor says, chewy cookies are a must. If they come in crunchy, it's just a great reason to dunk that bad boy. Where's the milk? You waterboard your cookies? Are you waterboarding your cookies in milk? Every time. What's the difference between a cookie that's just seen the oven for too long and one that's actually stale? Can milk revive that? Can milk revive a raisin? Maybe we need to answer this question. Neil McKenzie says, today, lemon cream cookies. That sounds really good. Sign me up. Lemon cream cookies. Yeah. Josh Branson says, the CDC boys may send you a cease and desist. Hey, they're the crispy donut community. Okay. I'm not starting a company. I just might make shirts that say the Cookie Coalition. And then on the back, just have a list of all the cookies. You know, maybe we could do different versions of the shirt based on your favorite cookie. Would that be cool? Like, one for peanut butter cookies, one for snickerdoodles, one for lemon cream cookies or molasses cookies. Or white chocolate macadamia nut, which is, in fact, so good, especially if they are chewy. Really good. Pocket Razor says, waterboarding is the way when they come in crunchy. I'm probably going to get flagged by YouTube because they're like, he said waterboarding. Shut it down. Lone Star says, Laren Thomas drama. Video may be proving AR RPM 9 is not powdered steel, although close, more like particle sprayed ingot. Yeah, so I was actually going to get to that. Thank you for bringing that up. I was going to get to that. Is it a big deal if AR RPM 9 is in fact not powder metallurgy, but is in fact something called spray form? As a subscriber to Dr. Laren Thomas, like many of you, I saw the video he released the other day. It was either yesterday or day before yesterday, talking about how we may have been victimized. We may have become a victim of a little bit of false advertising. Artisan Cutlery has advertised for a long time that their proprietary in-house steel is a powdered steel, that it's made with powder metallurgy. However, the evidence provided in Dr. Laren Thomas's video recently shows that it's most likely, for one, almost nearly identical to 9CR18 MOV. So if you've been wondering what it's going to perform like, could be 9CR18 MOV. And instead of powdered, it's what's called spray form. And what spray form is first, for those who might not know, when it comes to knife steels, the difference between a regular ingot-based steel like regular D2 and say something like CPM D2 is the size of the carbides. The size of the carbides make a big difference in the consistency of the steel. The grain structure is finer in powder metallurgy than it is in an ingot-based steel, and it's more consistent. So a powder-based steel is going to have better wear resistance. It's going to have better toughness. It's just going to be better overall than ingot-based steel. Spray form is kind of somewhere in between when it comes to the grain structure and the size of the carbides. So if regular, let's say regular ingot-based 9CR18 MOV has, a grain structure, carbide structure that's like that, and then powder metallurgy would be like that, spray form would be somewhere in the middle. Am I really all that upset about it? To be honest with you, No, because we've all used knives in AR RPM 9. Like, I'm not upset about the way that the steel performs or for what it is. You know, they put AR RPM 9 on knives that cost $50. Knives that cost $60, $70. You keep it in the $100 and under price range. I don't really have a problem with the way that it performs. I would say that, you know, it's probably performing better than regular 9CR18 MOV because it's not ingot based. It is spray form. So the evidence shows that it is most likely spray form, that it also does not in fact include rare earth elements. They just say that it does. And that it is almost identical pound for pound, at least composition wise, to 9CR18 MOV. It's better than 8CR13. Am I disappointed in the performance? No. What I am disappointed in is the level of salesmanship and gamesmanship, where, whether intentional or not, that's misleading as hell. Don't tell the people that it is powder metallurgy, or rather, I think initially they called it powder material, and then later they just let people say powder metallurgy. And then I believe that in his video, he actually does state that at some point they do say powder metallurgy, and that is just patently false. So that is not a good look. Is it going to stop me from enjoying, you know, I'll call it spray form 9CR18? No, I think that for the money, it's a good steel. In fact, I wish that we had more budget steels that were spray form, that we could just do away with regular ingot base altogether, because we're going to get better results and better. We're just going to get better steel if we were to just do away with ingot based steel and move to purely to spray form and to powder metallurgy. That would be my preference. Am I going to invest a boatload of energy into this topic? No. Is it worth discussing? Yes. So let me know in the chat. How do you feel about knowing that most likely, allegedly, according to a source that is extremely well trusted within this community, Dr. Laren Thomas, that we have in fact been lied to by Artisan Cutlery when it comes to how their proprietary in-house steel is made? Not just on one front, but on a couple, because there are no rare earth elements, and they claim that there is, and it's not in fact powdered. It's spray formed, which I don't really have an issue with, but we've been lied to. Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Shout out to Titanium Justin, welcome in. Thanks for being an 8 channel member. Josh says, how many people are really concerned with that video? Knives in that price range, who's really got an issue with that whole thing? I mean, I've made my stance clear. It's not necessarily a big deal to me. I'm concerned more about the fact that they felt the need to hide it or mislead people, whether intentionally or unintentionally. If you're going to come out with a proprietary in-house steel, the onus of knowing what you're talking about when it comes to your in-house steel is on you. That in itself is not a good look. I'm not going to demonize Artisan Cutlery over this. That was their choice. Not the greatest PR. Is it going to keep me from enjoying my CJRB Pyrite? Absolutely not. Great knives. Your mileage may vary. I don't know. Titanium Justin says, I figured it was around D2. I think we're paying civivi prices for sencut quality, but good, but not the same. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, there's nothing wrong with a 9CR18 composition. There really isn't. LCV says, I'm laying an epoxy floor that's fatigue cushioned in a bar. Nice, man. You got us going on in the background. Shout out to the bar. I mean, I don't know where you're at. Is the bar even open? If you're laying floor, probably not. 50 plus hours on the floor, Blades Edge says. Damn. Hey, and shout out to Double Detent. Thanks for being a channel member. Appreciate you. Shout out to NFK20. Welcome in. I'm going to scroll down, and if I miss you guys in the chat, I'm sorry. I don't want to get too far behind, so I'm scrolling down. How's it going, Derek? Welcome in. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, I honestly think it was a genuine mistake and they just didn't understand the difference between spray form and powder metallurgy. Maybe. You know, when it comes to metallurgy in general, it's really easy to get lost in the sauce. That's why I make the Steel Snob series, because it's an attempt to pull back the veil of understanding and speak in layman's terms about what these stills are, how they perform, and how you can look at them. I get it wrong too. I look back at my some of my videos, and like I've had to go back through the past after learning new things and edit out pieces of my videos, like just little pieces where maybe I gained a new piece of information. I'm like, you know, I disagree with myself now because I have this new information, this new understanding. So luckily I haven't had any like big edits to make, but it can be easy to make mistakes in understanding. That being said, they're not metallurgists. They had somebody make this for them. And in their original description, they called it powdered material, not powdered metallurgy, powdered material. And then the community accepted that as powder metallurgy and ran with it. And then that's when they adopted it. That's where they made the mistake, because their initial description of what it was makes me believe that they understood that it was an in-between. And that's why they didn't initially use that definition. I'm assuming. Again, it's not going to stop. It doesn't change my opinion of the company at all. I do think that it's awesome that we have someone like Laren Thomas in the community that's actually digging into things like this. Like, who looks into this stuff? Like, imagine if there was a cast iron pan community, and like, who's blowing the lid open on the cast iron pan drama? Do they have a Dr. Laren Thomas? Do they? I don't think so. I think that we're lucky to have the resources that we do. Pocket Razor says, time for adulting and honeydews before my cookies get crushed. Have a great live. Hey, thanks for the cookies again, Pocket Razors. Guys, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you go check out his channel. Amazing live streams, very entertaining. I head out there too. So if you're watching a Pocket Razors live, there is a decent chance that I am at least lurking, and an even better chance that I might be in the chat talking about these cookies. So Pocket Razors, have a good one, man. Thanks again, and we will catch you on the flip side. Days D says, Confucius, if you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Agreed. Thomas McDonald says, and welcome in, Tom. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, lots of stretching of the truth, it appears. I don't have intimate information. Did they stretch the truth? Did they lie? Was it intentional? Was it unintentional? Who knows? Who knows? I do not know. Josh Branson says, this topic will spread like cancer if Artisan doesn't address and correct the information. This topic will start an integrity check that will breed conflict. Just my opinion, though. I don't disagree. These situations have a tendency to snowball. And people are going to pay a little bit more attention. They're going to question things a little bit more. And I think that as a community, that's healthy. I think that there needs to be a push and a pull. There needs to be checks and balances. You know, for example, there are people out there who do PMI tests where they test the metal composition. But when was the last time you bought a knife from a new company and you'd never seen anyone ever do a PMI test on it, and you just take their word that it's M390? You just take their word that it's S90V. You just take their word that it's whatever. Where's the checks and balances? Is that even remotely possible or feasible to ask for? I don't know. But all I'm going to say is it wouldn't take much for a Chinese company to stamp M390 on some D2, heat treat it to 62 plus HRC, and then tell people, oh yeah, it's M390. You're paying for the primo quality stuff. How long would it take? how many knives would they sell before someone like Love Them Knives got their hands on it and actually did some PMI testing? Checks and balances. Loser says, I appreciate Dr. Laren Thomas and his channel and work. Me too. Absolutely. Mike Morgan says, need a statement from Artisan at this point. I agree. I definitely think they need to do some PR work. Kevin C says, what do you think about the new petrified fish, Victor 154 in aluminum? This whole time. So here's the funny thing. I can't see past my own nose. I get so busy and I trust my eyes a little too much. Maybe I need to wear glasses, because I looked back on that post that I saw on Instagram where Petrified Fish had announced that they were coming out with a premium. They called it premium, or maybe they said more premium Victor. And I looked at it and I was like, damn, that's titanium. That's titanium. It looks like stonewashed titanium. I'll pull it up on my end and I'll let you guys tell me. We'll go to Amazon. I'll do a screen share here in a second. Let me just find it. Petrified Fish Victor. Anyway, so this whole time I was thinking that without a doubt that had to be titanium. And then I see it listed on Amazon, and when you switch to the more premium version, it doesn't tell you what the composition or what anything is. And anyways, Kevin C reached out and he said, man, it is aluminum and 154, which is in fact more premium than the micarta and the K110. Let's do this screen share. Boom, there we go. So let's see. Oh, did they take it off? I think they took it off their they took it off their Amazon listing. They're like, oh, people are actually looking at these. Let's see. Where is it? Maybe they gave it its own listing? No, they took it off. Okay. I was going to blow the lid open on it. It looks like stonewashed titanium, but it's not. It's aluminum. Anyways, I look back on the Instagram post, and if I had just pressed the more button, it would have told me that it was aluminum and not titanium. Slight disappointment? Yes. Do I still want one? Absolutely. Absolutely. I love my budget version in K110 and micarta. You can't threaten me with aluminum and 154 cm. And if they come out with an even more premium one later, and titanium and S35 yen, you can bet your bottom dollar I will get that one as well. All right, let's catch up with the chat. Lone Star says, Confucius said, man who goes to bed with itchy butt wakes up with stinky finger. Lone Star also says, breeding conflict drama. I'm here for it. A lot of people are. Josh Brand says, I'm pro checks and balances in any situation. I speak of the 5% of the community who will troll into this into oblivion. I mean, I'm not concerned about it, guys. Like, am I disappointed that we didn't get more accurate information earlier on? Yeah. When Artisan was being tight-lipped about its composition and what it was like and what they used to make it, it brewed this bit of excitement. And now it's like taking your prom date home and finding out that it was all padding. That's an awful example. Somebody needs to censor me. It's a perfectly fine steel for the knives that they put it in. I do not dislike AR RPM 9 at all. Lone Star says, Plato said, he who sits on hot stove will soon rise. Very nice. Kevin C says, I thought it looked like titanium too. It did. They did a damn good job bead blasting, then stonewashing that aluminum. They knew what they were doing. They knew. They're like, people will never know our grand plan. I would say that it's not a premium Victor, it's a mid-level Victor. Absolutely, man. All right. Thomas McDonald says, I can't find that petrified fish anywhere. I think they took it down. I think it was placed on the Amazon store, and it had ship dates listed as like mid to late June. So it had kind of a pre-order vibe to it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it pop back up in mid to late June, which is when they had estimated the shipping date would be. I'll pull up the listing, or excuse me, I'll pull up the Instagram post from Petrified Fish, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, because I don't think they took down their post. It's not a recent one. They teased it at like the beginning of the year. All right, Petrified Fish. Let me find it. Boom. Okay. So here's their page. We're going to scroll down until we find the Premium Victor. I really like what they do over there. Their knives always feel really well made. All right. There was a post where they had multiple. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can find it. All right. We'll just have to go with this one. Wait for it. Like, that looks like titanium to me. That specific one is not the one that I saw that made it look the most like titanium, but it's aluminum with a scratch resistant ceramic coating, Cerakote, and 154 cm blade. I love this knife. I have the blue denim micarta version, and it is a fantastic knife to carry. I always feel really good about carrying it. So, when these do finally release, which I'm expecting to be next month, expect me to pick one up. It will be on this channel, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop me. They have some good ones. I also want to check out the Petrified Fish Viking. That one looks good too. I've got a couple knives on the list, guys. Let's head on over to DLT, see what they got. Lone Star says, have recently changed view on serrations for personal protection. Sharpening not a big deal after all. You know what serrations are really good for is anything that requires a sawing motion, like cutting a seatbelt, better with serrations. Going through rope repeatedly, time and time again, better with serrations. Plain edges have a tendency to be useful for longer because they're something that people can actually sharpen. And here's the deal. You can sharpen serrations to some extent. Maybe not the tiny little teeth unless you have like the precise tools. But I have seen people sharpen the bigger teeth on serrations before. And so it can be done. It's just a pain and nobody wants to do it. And sometimes also serrations don't have the best look. Aesthetics do matter. They absolutely do matter. But sometimes they don't have the best look. Josh says, padding or not, you're still winning. Oh, we're awful. Josh says, that's grounds for automatic dismissal. Just Spartan kick your date right out of the door. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, if your date turns into Paddington Bear, it is what it is. I'm married now. I'm not worried about that. But there was a time. Delaney says, Confucius say, woman who stands on head have nasty crack up. You guys are killing me with these old adages. YD Knives says, Lou hates serrations, roasted me about my shaman. Serrations on a shaman wouldn't be my first choice, but they can be useful. They can definitely be useful. All right, let's see what's going on at DLT. I don't think there's any new drops, but they do update this frequently enough where it's worth checking just to be sure. The derecho did drop, and remember how I said that I thought I thought that the plain tie followed by the carbon fiber inlay followed by the micarta would be the ones that sold out first. Well, would you look at that? Call me Nostradamus. The only ones left on DLT are the black PVD titanium and then the G10. Why is the premium version having a G10 inlay? Why? Like, I would understand if the G10 inlay version was the same cost as the full titanium version. I would understand. But I, for one, will not pay extra to get rid of some titanium and instead include some G10. Nothing against the whole knife. I'm just saying that this was probably not a great option idea, and I want to know who approved that. I want to know. You can, of course, buy these at, I believe White Mountain Knives has some right now. Let's see. Derecho. Yeah, White Mountain Knives has the whole gamut. Check that out. Now, I already tried. You cannot use the discount codes. You cannot use the discount codes. It's a crying shame. A crime against humanity. Why do I have a discount code if I cannot use it? I'll prove it to you guys. Put it in your cart. I'll even use someone else's discount code to prove that it's not just mine. We'll do LTK. LTK. Does LTK get a discount code? Nope. Not at all. What about RSB10? Nope. Come on, White Mountain Knives. Come on. I wanted to save people $35. Even my camera's mad about it. I think I have a loose cable somewhere. Hold on. There we are. We're back. It's a loose cable. I've got one on order. I'm sorry. We will fix the cable mischief. I figured out what the issue was. It was actually two issues that we were facing on the last live stream. So on Wednesday's live stream, for those who tuned in, I was having camera issues like all stream long. And it was more than just a loose cable though, because it was like the USB port on the computer was being weird. It didn't want to send enough power, and it was resetting not just my camera, but also my soundboard that I use to, hook up my microphone. So after I promised I would get that fixed. I thought it was just a software issue. Changed the port, and it's great, but there's still a cable issue, so I have to replace the cable. I've got one on order. We'll get past it. I just have to make sure not to bump the table so I don't move the camera. Anyways, it's a damn shame that we can't use the discount code for this knife. Crying shame. But if you want one and you missed out on DLT, you can go ahead and pick one up at White Mountain Knives. I just thought I'd show people. Loser says, Rollshambo, do you have a code for Civivi's site? I do not. Civivi does not really partner with too many channels that aren't big. And when I say big, I mean like 100,000 plus subscribers. That's kind of their cutoff. They'll send small channels like Amazon Knives for sencut, or they'll have those channels buy the product and then offer to reimburse them after they do a Amazon review. But Civivi and we do not actually work with anybody that's not named Metal Complex or Neves Knives or Nick Shabazz or who's the other one? Everyday Minimalist. You see what I'm saying? You've got to be a literal pillar a Greek column of the community for Civivi or we to want to collaborate with your channel. Ask me how I know. Mike Morgan says, okay, because need a fully serrated for the collection and was on the fence with the cold steel or the Spyderco. Oh, go Spyderco, dude. Nothing against cold steel. Spyderco is the way to go. Every time. That's just my opinion, though. Hey, shout out to Ginger Fisher 75. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. Neil McKenzie says, he who fart in bathtub and bite bubble have bad breath. Why not? You guys are killing me. How's it going, Miranda Hornsby? She says, people that say sharpening serrations is hard haven't heard of serration sharpening tools like the cold steel serration sharpener. Well said. I agree. I don't have an issue with serrations. Typically, if I go the serration route, I will go with a partial. I do tend to prefer a plain edge, but I don't hate serrations. But there is a group of people who hate serrations. Probably the same people that hate hawksbill type knives. All right. Miranda says, I got the big tie light, Chris. Love it for self-defense. Got wicked serrations. Nice. Tie light is a classic. Welcome into Dugan Stuff and Things. Good to see you. All right. Shout out to Blade Lab. I didn't see you before. I see you now. Blade Lab says, I thought AR PM9 was a so-so budget steel before, and I still think so. Yeah, I don't think that the performance has changed at all with the new information that we've had. You know, I'm not mad at spray-formed 9CR18. Personally, I think it's fine. The Drizzle says, a $50 knife, who cares? Seriously. I agree. Shout out to Knife Dope in the chat. Talk about a channel on the rise. Make sure you go check out Knife Dope's channel. Him flipping the bird is his way of saying, I love you. Knife Dope is another member of the Blade Cartel, along with Mr. Duty's Daggers, some good friends of mine. Make sure you go check out Knife Dope. If you want some honest tabletop style reviews, he's definitely the one to check out. If you haven't done so yet, hit up Knife Dope. All right, guys. So let's see. We checked out White Mountain Knives. I didn't really check out White Mountain Knives. Well, Peak, they've been disappointing me on the coming soon tab recently. Hey, look at that. We actually have a few new knives on here. Sweet. So the Jack Wolf Mini Cyborg, and I'm going to go back to my screen share so you can see it. That would probably be of use, wouldn't it? If I actually had the screen up that I was talking about. So White Mountain Knives, this is in the coming soon list. The Jack Wolf Mini Cyborg S90V. The people I've talked to who were sent this knife for review by Jack Wolf, sadly, I'm not one of them. It's okay. I'm not crying about it. They love it. They say that it's great. I asked them what makes it so amazing that if you already have 10 Jack Wolf knives, you should spend your hard-earned dollars on this one. And they said that there are, in fact, reasons why they would do that. So if you're into slip joints, that might, in fact, be one to check out. This one actually does look pretty cool with the dark matter orange handle. I like dark matter fat carbon fiber. That does look good. It's still $300. So if you like it, hopefully you like it for $300. Also, QSP Vault. This one is dropping here in about 9 days. And I should have one in for review soon. The QSP Vault. It's under $100, 14C. Micarta. I think that's micarta in steel. I don't know if that's micarta. I don't think that's micarta in titanium. I could be wrong. But I think that's either micarta and aluminum or micarta and steel. I will have one for review. Hopefully it's this one. We'll see. I really hope that it comes in before the 20th. I'd love to get my video up by then. And then, of course, another one that's dropping that I will also have for review is going to be this guy, the Unicorn. And it looks cool. 14C G10 straight back style blade. You can get it in different colors, but it's going to be like a two-tone G10. So this one is purple and black. I think that they're also going to have like a green and black. Yep. Look at that. That looks great. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea with the extra colors. Some people don't like colors on their knives, but I think that that is a really good looking piece. So keep your eyes out for that. I should have some content on those coming out here relatively soon in the future, I think. I'm not seeing anything else too new from White Mountain Knives. Let's go ahead and check out NC Blade. Boom. My phone's been going off. Hold on. All right. Just trying to make sure it's not channel related. This is rude of me. Here you are, and here I am with my... Not channel related. We're good. NC Blade. What's new over here? I mean, it's not new, but they do still have the CKF Eagle Rocks with the red carbon fiber. That one looks good. And Stormtrooper ultratech. Their Spyderco sold out like immediately. So I had an opportunity to get in on one of these, and I didn't. And I don't regret that decision. And I'll tell you why. Because the Spyderco, while it is M398, it is made in Italy by, I believe it's Real Steel, or no, it's Lion Steel, my bad. I don't want to put out for M398 if I know that the heat treat's not there. Buying that knife is essentially just buying it to review it, talk about how I dislike Italy's heat treat standards, and then selling it. So I just saved myself the time and the headache. And I'm sure that it's a great knife for everyone that bought one. But I knew that for me, it would not be one for me. Because if you look at Lion Steel's history of their Rockwell targets, it's along the same lines as Giant Mouse. It's on the same lines as all the other Italian makers like MKM, Viper, so on and so forth, where the fit and finish quality is there. I just don't believe that the Rockwell target was, and that's disappointing. But it's cool. It's a collector's piece, and they only made so many of them. So collectors are going to love that. They're absolutely going to love that. So, all right, what else is new over here? You got some Shark Cubs, $390 80/20.5. Dang. All right, nothing too exciting. We'll check out one more retailer and I'll get back to the chat. Blade HQ. Ah, so much Ultim. I love how they're like, oh my god, guys, the Deca and Ultim is back in stock. Like, some people really like Ultim. It's not my thing. All right. Come on. Is there anything super interesting here? Coming soon. What's coming soon? Ooh. This one is interesting. The Hawk Knife Designs shortcut latch lock knife, tumble titanium. This is a $485 box cutter. But because it's made by Hawk Knives, it's instantly a collector's piece and instantly a classic. And of course, it's made right here in the USA. These always sell out when they come in. These are open for pre-order. If you want one, go get it, because if you wait for them to, if you wait for these to hit the site, they will sell out. Collectors will buy them, just like they buy the Spyderco, even though it has a questionable Rockwell. All right, I'm not seeing anything that's too substantial. Let's go ahead and get back to the chat. All right. Lone Star says, tapered diamond rods and various grips for serrations. Also, only one side is serrated. Tie light serrated, Chris, on the way. Sweet, man. Josh says, can't lie, when I first heard the name of that steel, I was like, do you have to be over 60 to get this steel? ARP steel? AARP? AARP M9. I get it. I definitely get it. Josh Branson says, Knife Dope is that dude for real. He really is. Loser says, somebody wants their daddy, Shambo. Yeah, I mean, she's got big feelings at this age, and that's okay. Lone Star says, Socrates said, man with hole in pocket, feel cocky all day. Nice. Lone Star also says, Italians not getting it hard enough. That is what she said, drama. Indeed. Dugan Stuff and Thing says, yes, you do. Yes, AARP. Right on, guys. All right, guys. Well, it has been the hour. There's a lot to do today. There's a lot to do on the channel. If you haven't done so yet, check out some of the new content that's been released in the last week. Flashlight reviews, knife reviews. I've got more stuff on the way, more knife reviews on the way, more steel snobs, so on and so forth. So we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Wanted to thank everyone for joining me today. And in case you were wondering, we will be live again on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Pacific. So for some of you guys, I will see you soon. For everybody else, I'll see you later.